Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back, putting a positive spin on Diary of the Dead. Released in 2007, Diary of the Dead is the fifth film in George A. Romero's Dead franchise. For some reason, this is most people's least favorite in that series, and some even hate it. I hadn't watched Diary of the Dead since it was first released on Blu-ray, seen here. At the time, there was really no hype and no hate, so I watched it under my own pretenses. I remember really enjoying it, and then finding out how many people hated it after the fact, and being surprised. Now, all these years later, I finally watched it again, this time with Jason, so we could discuss it during this Positive Spin series. I will say, as much as I remember liking it the first time around, I enjoyed it even more this time. One of the first things Jason asked me while we were watching it was, why do people hate this? I know one of the popular reasons is because it's a found footage Living Dead film. I mean, if you're someone who's just dead set against found footage movies, then I get it. But if you're someone who doesn't have an issue with found footage films if they're done well, then I can't see how you wouldn't like Diary of the Dead. This, in my opinion, is easily one of the better found footage films out there. And there's a good reason for it being found footage too. That's the important thing. Other found footage movies are found footage for the sake of being found footage. Diary of the Dead does it with a purpose. That, my friends, is a huge positive for me. George A. Romero was extremely talented, and that's another positive right there. There is not a movie in his Dead franchise that I don't enjoy, and I really like this one. At this point, it's not even my least favorite of the bunch, and that's saying a lot, because I really like all of them. I like the characters in this, and I love that they're filming a horror movie. I also love that this film is set just before Halloween, in late October. Not only is Diary of the Dead a found footage zombie film, but it's a road movie zombie film. Just as he does in his other Dead movies, George Romero sends a message, starting with Night of the Living Dead in 1968. There is so much more to these films. Diary of the Dead is no exception. It's a commentary on society. The effects are great. You've gotta love zombie gore. There's a scene featuring a zombie clown at a children's birthday party. Big positive. The female characters are very nice to look at. One of them even has an, albeit quick, nude scene. I believe that makes Diary of the Dead the only Dead film to feature nudity, of a living character anyway. I'm sure there might have been some unclothed zombies at some point. It's funny too, because the character featured in the nude scene makes a comment earlier in the film about how actresses always get their shirts ripped off. And, well, that's what happens to her later in the movie. I thought that was a clever way to add some eye candy. Also, like the other films in the franchise, Diary of the Dead has heart. There are some truly poignant moments, especially at the end, and I absolutely love the ending. One of the female characters narrates the entirety of the film, all leading up to a memorable final line. Not just a line, but a question to us as viewers, and us as people. I think it's pretty impactful, and really well done. George A. Romero has a cameo himself in the film, as a cop, and there are a ton of voice cameos as well. They include Quentin Tarantino, Wes Craven, Tom Savini, Simon Pegg, Stephen King, and Guillermo del Toro. I thought that was a cool way for George to include all of them in the movie. Overall, Diary of the Dead is a damn good zombie flick. It's honestly mind-boggling as to why this movie receives the hate that it gets. This left me impressed, and I have a whole new appreciation for the sequel. But you don't have to agree. This is just my positive spin. Be sure to check out Jason's as well. To which hated movie will we next give a positive spin? Check back soon to find out. Until then, though, what do you think of Diary of the Dead? Comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and, be kind, subscribe.